This video will highlight the creation of your certificate template, which is the first step in utilizing SimpleCert. SimpleCert is divided into three areas: the building of your certificate and email template, using that template to create and send certificates, and the storage of data from the certificates that you create. In SimpleCert, we identify these three aspects or modules of the tool as build, send, and store. All three of these modules are accessible in your account by clicking on the three buttons on the top left side of SimpleCert: Build, Send, and Store. When you sign up for SimpleCert, you will first create a design for both a certificate and notification email. You will do this within the Build module of your account. Note that when you first log into SimpleCert, you automatically enter into the Build module of the tool. When creating your certificate template, SimpleCert has multiple designs that you can choose from. Or if you'd rather start from an existing design that you already have, you can easily upload that by using the blank custom certificate template to work from. For the purposes of this tutorial, let's say I needed to create a certificate of attendance because I teach an online class. I'll go ahead and choose one of the certificate of attendance designs that SimpleCert has to work from. I'll select this design as my template to work off of, and by doing so, I am taken into the actual template builder for SimpleCert. Let's first talk format, or the size and layout of my certificate, before we get into the actual creation of my design. Note on the left side of the builder, I have the option to choose from three different formats: A4, letter, and legal. And then below that, I can choose to have my template display in portrait layout or vertically if I choose. By default, SimpleCert's builder displays the layout in letter format with landscape or non-portrait layout. But if I need to create a certificate that has a different layout other than that, it's easy to do so by using these tools. Now that I'm happy with the layout, let's take a look at the tools available in the builder. There are two elements of a template design. The first is the background, which is the image or border that makes up the certificate. The second elements are the text, merge fields, and graphics that will sit on top of the background. All of these elements are editable when you are building your template. So let's first start with the background. I may want to change the background from what is currently showing in this design, so I can select the Change Background button. I can then look through the other available backgrounds that SimpleCert already has, or I can choose to upload my own custom background for my template. Note that SimpleCert will automatically scale whatever image I upload as a background to fit fully onto the certificate. So to avoid any stretching of the image, it's important that my backdrop is the same aspect ratio as my certificate template I'm designing. I've used this backdrop that I have on my desktop for other certificates that I've created in the past, so I'm going to choose this one. Now let's take a look at the various elements that I can edit and import into my template. The first item we're going to look at are text fields. Text fields are static text that will remain the same for every certificate I create using this template. On this particular SimpleCert design, this title here is a text field. When I click into this text field, I am given the usual text editing features that allow me to adjust the size, the font, the color, the alignment, etc. Note that I can also automatically center this text field vertically or horizontally if needed by using the Align tools. If I've created a text field on my template and I want an easy way to copy the formatting of this field to another text field, I can use the Copy feature. This allows me to quickly copy an existing text field, which I can then move and add new text to. The lock feature is a very useful feature that will allow me to lock elements down so I don't accidentally move them around after I've completed them. By selecting the lock feature on any item on my template, in this case a text field, I anchor that into place and cannot accidentally move it without unlocking it first. As you build your certificate, I recommend locking items down as you complete them to eliminate the possibility of accidentally moving something that you've already finished. The next feature I'm going to highlight is the image feature. I can upload any graphic or choose from some stock graphics available to me within SimpleCert by using the Add Image button. Any image that I add, I can move around and resize it as needed. Note that same as the text field, I can center, copy, and also lock this element when I'm happy with its placement. Lastly, the final element needed to create my certificate template are merge fields. Merge fields are placeholders. They will automatically pull in data from lists that I upload into SimpleCert when I'm using this template to create my certificates. First and last name are the most common merge fields and will always be present on your certificate. Because I'm creating my template, I cannot add actual certificate recipient names to this template from within the builder. Once I've created my template, I'll then be able to add names and any other data onto the merge fields that I've created from within the Send module, which is again accessible up here. Other common merge fields can be things like title of a class completed or a course completion date. I will place merge fields on my template now, and then when I use this template to create certificates, SimpleCert will automatically place this data onto my certificates. To add a merge field, I simply click the Insert Merge Field button, and then I can move that merge field to anywhere on my template. So I know as part of my future upload lists I'm going to have date completed as part of my import. So I'm going to add that now. Lastly, note that all merge fields that are on my templates have brackets around them. This makes it easy to spot them on my template. These brackets will not appear on any actual certificates I create from the certificate. They're just showing here on my template as a way to identify merge fields easily. Same as text fields, I have the exact same abilities to edit the color, font, and size of each merge field. As a best practice, always make your merge fields as wide as possible to accommodate whatever text you may be eventually merging onto your template to create certificates. If you don't do this and the text is larger than the merge fields you have created, the text may be cut off on your actual certificates. One final note about first and last name merge fields. If my data I'm going to import into SimpleCert to create certificates has first and last name within a single data field, then I can uncheck the Name as Two Data Fields checkmark, and you will see that first and last name become a single merge field on my template. For me, and for my data, I have first name and last name as two separate data fields, so I'm going to leave that option checked. At any point, I can save my template by clicking the Save button on the top. After I've saved my design, I can also easily preview by clicking the Update and Test button. When I click that, I have a choice to simply preview my certificate from within a browser window, or I can choose to actually email an example of the certificate to me. By default, the system will send this test certificate directly to the email address I used when setting up my account. So I'm now finished with the creation of my template, and from here I can proceed to the Send module, which is where I will actually create and send certificates out.